We had to name this place, and I remember me saying it needed to be a pub. Let's just forget about the name yet, and it was a pub. And I think you guys were Tavern.
We went through the Scottish diction, or just every Scottish phrase or name or word
we could come up with. And,
yes.
and all of it was, just there's nothing that makes sense.
Right.
So I don't know who talked him into it, but somebody ended up finally saying, Jim, McWethy's is a natural. I mean, it fits.
It was the perfect name. He was incredibly proud of it. But I remember he told the story about how he sat his family down at a family dinner and wanted their permission.
That's right.
Yeah, he wanted their permission to use the name. And they were all for it. They wanted it. Because they saw this too. They saw what this was going to become. One of the coolest design features we talked about more than anything else was the pillowing of the windows. And I never knew what that was. What's pillowing? What is that and why did you choose it?
So the pillowing is just softening the windows. Back in the 1600s, whatever, 1800s, the walls were 4 feet thick. They were just all block walls. And to soften it, to put a window in there, they would pillow it. They would curve it in. Otherwise, you had this big indentation. I know Jim, in the end, loved it.
Loved the pillowing.
He loved the pillowing of it. And those are some of the small details that really make it so special.
All the conversations that we had about McWethy's Tavern started with what the guest sees when they walk in the door. And I remember we had the bar was a big conversation because we had all the windows of the restaurant, and we'll get out there and see those in a second, but we wanted everybody to experience that when they walked in, but it was hard because the bar was in between the entrance and the windows.
The bar is the shape of the Mistwood logo. I don't know if people notice that. They probably don't, and it's supposed to be subtle. It's not Mistwood in your face. It's subtle. Bar railing. It's normally just pipe.
Right. This is a twisted.
This is twisted iron pipe. Because we wanted to see it, and
right.
It was custom made, and it started with how much does it cost? I don't know. It's going to cost more than standard pipe, but it looks awesome. So then, if you could talk Jim into the pipe, then you could talk him into the tile.
Tile was unbelievable.
And so the tile, this is a custom mosaic tile, custom pattern. And that's why everything is shaped down to every one of these little squares were perfectly laid out. The chain link that goes around and defines the space. This that goes around the bar. I mean, the tile setters here did a phenomenal job. And even
this was not easy. I remember them laying this, and we couldn't walk on it, and all that stuff. But no, it was not easy because of the different.
It keeps moving. The grout
right.
joints kept opening up, and so they knew what they were doing.
The design is remarkable because you have the 4 sections. I think the first one was in the entryway.
Yes.
They're like 4 big squares, and the tile pattern within each square is framed by the wood.
Right, and they're all symmetrical.
Yeah.
I mean, so they all worked well, and then they just gracefully brought you into the space.
That's it.
If you're in Scotland and you're in a bar, if you're in a tavern, you're going to find a toilet in there. Yeah. It's just going to be one toilet. And then if you get to a bigger one, they might have added a second one.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? Let's embrace the toilets. Let's make this like the coolest toilets in the entire world. So we made each one an individual stall. You walk in here, and I mean, this looks like a hotel hall.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous. But what's the coolest part about it was you're out there with your friends, you're out there with your family, and you say, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm going to Edinburgh. I'm gonna go to Glasgow. And like, what? Yeah, I'm going. And then, so if I can go in one of these, this is custom wallpaper that we got from the Scottish Library of Congress. So we asked permission, they could care less, which was surprising. We downloaded it, high resolution files, and made this wallpaper. So every room is its own city in Scotland. I remember Jim with the mini chandeliers, thinking that's again insane, but it made the room. It was like, well, you can put a light up there or you can put a chandelier. And so everyone has a different chandelier. This is out of this world.
Things to talk about in the tavern, we have the hand-pounded copper bar top. Did I say that? Is that correct? Or any other adjectives we could throw into that? I don't know. The custom bar top, the light posts. I don't know what you call any of this
The
stuff.
street lights.
Street lights.
So these are street lights posts, and this is hammered copper.
Hammered copper.
Hammered copper, and this was another point of contention. And then this is wood. So the point of contention was, well, this is not comfortable to eat on, but it's great for your arms. So I think that was it. Then the light posts. Well, why do we have light posts on there? We could have another person sitting at the bar, and that's
Remember
another
those
X amount of dollars. And so, and then that was the operation side. And I'm like, yeah, but they need to be there, and they'll sit around them.
This is the room that everybody wants to eat in. They want to dine here. Every bride wants to have their ceremony in here, even though it's not the ceremony space, right? But this is what the space is. It's welcoming, it's comfortable, it's not overly formal, but it's very nice. But it's that comfortable room, and it's because of all the elements. It's because of the windows, it's because of the fireplace, it's because of the wood floor, it's because of the vaulted ceilings.
The whole idea is really the lights in here. The illusion is these 3 chandeliers light the room,
Right.
but they don't.
They don't.
The lights are all hidden behind these trusses, so when you're standing on this side of the trusses, you don't really see them. Fireplace, that is 1, 2, 3 pieces of limestone.
That's right.
Extremely heavy limestone. Again, nothing spared here. I mean, this isn't, it's not faux, stucco. It's the real thing. And same thing with this distressed mantle. The idea here really was to just picture frame what's there, and hopefully just forget about even looking at the verticals. You're just looking out at looking out at the golf course. For me, this is a project I could never replicate. This is the once in a lifetime. I mean, a dream come true.